Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, and welcome to a very special episode of Panim Ul Panim, face to face. I have two wonderful faces next to me here that I will introduce you to in 1 minute. But before I do that, I want to tell you where we're actually filming from today. We are filming from Haifa. Today was a very special day to us in Haifa and to the body of Messiah and to the Ethiopian community in Israel. I really believe, and even in Ethiopia. And I have here to my left, I have here Zechariah. Zechariah is the leader, he is the head of Keilat Ratzon Hahel here in Haifa. And to the right of me, I have a very new friend that I met. I have Tal. Tal is the leader of one of the largest, probably the largest, or one of the largest Messianic communities, Ethiopian Messianic communities, Yerushalayim, which is a very special thing. And we're going to get to that in 1 minute. But you came here today to support your brother.
Yeah.
You came to support your brother, and it was amazing. People come from Ethiopia and from other places. First of all, Zechariah, I turn to you.
Okay.
How was it? Share with us a little bit today. How, not through my mind, okay, but you're an Israeli, but you, correct me if I'm wrong, you're born in Ethiopia. So tell me what goes through your mind in a day like today as an Ethiopian Jew, Israeli Ethiopian Jew, in a day like today. Walk us through from your glasses.
Well, I can say it's a miracle day for me. First of all, it's very exciting. It was my prayer about 2 years that we need to bring Torah in our Kehillah as a Jewish believers. And I believe this is my identity. The Torah is my identity, is my history as a Jewish person. And I grew up with Jewish family. My grandfather was rabbi. So then when I came to Israel, I met Yeshua here in Israel.
You met him in Israel?
Yes, in Israel, not in Ethiopia.
Wow!
So it was very amazing for me. And after 2 years prayer, I think we make a contact 1 year ago.
And I prayed about this very hard.
Yes, and 2 months ago you sent me that there is a blessing for us.
Yes.
A Sefer Torah. And it was very exciting for us. And today to see the people here in Haifa, the congregation, and feeling the first time that we are a Jewish believers in Yeshua, and we feel it as a Jewish Messianic believers with the Torah. And holding the Torah, it's, the perfect thing that we can feel today as a congregation, as a Kehillah of the Messiah.
Do you believe that there is some sort of richuk, some distance in the body of Messiah from the Torah, from Judaism, and our Messianic faith? Where do you feel, if this is the scale, and I would say this is Torah observant Judaism, normative Judaism, regular Judaism, and you have here, let's call it Torahless, from 0 to 10, 10 being Torah positive. Where would you rank the Messianic body in Israel? I mean, here or here?
I would say, I can say for our community, the Ethiopian congregation, in the land.
Yes, even in the land. Today, let me ask you a question before I even, was this for your best of your knowledge, is the first Ethiopian community that actually have Sefer Torah?
The first congregation.
So this is a big Pritzat Derech. This is iconic time. This is a huge time for the Ethiopian community.
Right. This is the first Kehillah, the first congregation of our Ethiopian believers that we have Torah.
Now it's opening up possibilities,
for the others.
For bar mitzvahs, a lot of things, Simchat Torah, all the things that we as Jews are doing is surrounded by Torah, the special reading for Shloshet HaRegalim, etc., etc. So now You don't have to go and beg and borrow and do it. You establishing your own identity.
That's right.
Talk to me for a second about this identity. You said, well, we are Jews and this is Torah. Do you really believe that we as Messianic Jews need to hold the Torah as part of our identity?
Definitely. In my understanding as a Jewish person, and even you see the apostles of even Yeshua, they read the Torah. There was a Torah in that time. So we are here as a Jewish, we mostly influenced from the Christian background of Ethiopia, here in Israel.
Can you explain this? I guess most of our audience will not understand this.
Yeah.
So you have in Ethiopia, you have, obviously you had before 1990, large Jewish populations. How much were they influenced by the Christians prior to that, as far as you know?
Well,
Like for you, for example, you grew up, you knew you're Jewish, you knew you're Jewish.
Yeah.
Did you have interactions with Christians? No.
When I was in Ethiopia, we lived with the identity of Judaism.
Okay.
We grew up with our home, was a Jewish home.
So you knew there was no ambiguity.
Yeah.
You knew.
But after I came here, I heard about Yeshua. But our faith here in Israel influenced by the Christians from Ethiopia. So our side or our way was influenced by them. But now I feel that we are coming back to our Judaism way and Yeshua in the center with the Torah and everything. So I think this is the time that we need to change. We need to make some tikkun in our ministry, in our way, in our side.
Are you telling me that you believe that there is a real tikkun that needs to take place in the body of Messiah? You are actually highly respected Messianic leader in Israel. You have the credentials. You went to the school. A lot of people speak very highly of you, actually. Here in Israel, you're respected. And you're telling me that there need to be a tikkun in the body of Mashiach. Zechariah, how do you see this tikkun? Because this is an important message, not just for the Messianics to hear, but for Israel to hear. That this is a very humbling thing to say, we need a tikkun too. Yeah. How do you see this tikkun?
I can just share with you this feeling that I have today. I'm already about 20 years following Yeshua. But the first time that I feel I'm a Jewish who following Yeshua through the Torah, through the Prophet, the Nevi'im, this is the first day that I'm feeling I'm in Israel, believing in Yeshua in different way.
Yes.
So it was my prayer. It was, our prayer to change this situation, and we start today. And I believe, as you say, it's a pritza derech.
It's huge.
It's a miracle. Yeah.
So Tal, you are just to understand. You guys have built a great network and fellowship.
Yeah,
You're almost like a sister congregation. Yes. You are the leader of Bethel.
Yeah.
Bethel in Yerushalayim. Which is a different ballgame, right?
Right?
It's a different thing, Yerushalayim, because it's truly a religious city. When you look at something like this, a Sefer Torah to the Ethiopian, obviously it will be very meaningful to Zechariah, because Zechariah is leading this community. As an Ethiopian Jew who have been here for many, many years, how do you view an event like today? What's going through your mind? What are your thoughts about this? Do you agree with Zechariah or disagree, or what's going through your mind?
Yeah, most agree what he said.
Okay.
My background, before establishment Israel, my grandfather brothers went in Israel.
Okay.
Also,
what year did they?
In 1943.
Oh, they all, wow. That was illegal, right? It was quite dangerous.
Also, the Ethiopian Jews came to Israel. Two of my grandfather brothers, they was rabbinic. They had a Torah. They had given to Israeli government.
Okay.
So I came out from this family.
Okay. So you come in fairly heavy background of Judaism.
Yeah. So when I came to the Lord, I tried to search out what is the spirit of Judaism? What is the spirit of Torah? I learned it since I came to Israel. Year and year, I meditate my Torah. So the spirit of Torah look after Christ, Messiah. So the main problem nowadays is the teaching. The Christian words, they are defined by themselves, the Bible, but not that is truth.
Okay.
The main truth, the spirit of Torah, the spirit of prophets, they are searching to get a Messiah. I get a Messiah.
The Messiah, you're saying Messiah is the center of Judaism.
Yeah.
That's right.
And for
It's
example,
true.
if you the last of Genesis chapter, ending the Torah portion, the Jacob blessed his sons. God show his love. The Jacob is the foundation of Judaism, also
True.
the foundation of the believers.
That's true.
So not only that, why in the beginning of Shemot, it is starting the same names, the same tribes. It shows the Lord has covenant. They loved so much them. Our Messiah in the New Testament, why he mentioned, I am son of Abraham.
Right. Because he's in the covenant.
This
He's the son of the covenant.
Also, sometimes I teach, if the Torah not adore,
It's not right.
no, the Torah, the Torah,
Righteous.
Torah, lasdikoto, im
Justify.
in Torah, not justify to Christ, the Messiah, for me. I'm sorry to say, maybe my word is hard.
Okay.
I cannot accept
Okay.
Jesus is the right Messiah.
Okay.
Jesus is the Messiah.
Through the
I am not identified to that. The Torah
You are.
indicate, Torah identify, Torah witness to Jesus is the
Let me
Messiah.
ask you a question. How many years you're in Israel now?
27 years.
27 years.
I made Aliyah in 1991.
So you became a believer here in Israel?
In
Or
Israel.
In Israel. So you've seen the body of Messiah in Israel evolve and grow. There's growth in numbers.
Yeah.
But my question to you is look, today was a big day here. But I understand. אני מבין, I understand שיש הרבה עבודה.
Yeah.
We have a lot of work because we have been so removed from the Torah.
Yeah.
It's not just the Ethiopian, by the way. Let's take all the body of Messiah. Can we know even how to conduct a proper Torah service?
Yeah.
Do we know the brachot, the basic brachot? I can see for the whole part, I can say most of us are fairly ignorant. So we have to do a real Charish Amok. We have to really look from the basic and teach Judaism through a messianic lens.
Yeah.
My question to you, is it possible? האם זה אפשרי? Is it possible to be Jewish for you and to teach about the Mashiach at the same time? You showed me a video a few minutes ago that
Yeah.
was just stunning. It was your
Sister.
sister. And what did she say in the video? What did you say in the video?
She said that this is the first time that she felt as a Jewish person, as a Jewish lady, coming and worshiping Yeshua, the Messiah of the Jewish.
The Jewish Messiah. So that is the tikkun. When you're talking about a tikkun, I just want to make sure I understand it.
That's right.
You're talking about coming to Yeshua. You know, when I pray today, the Lord has kept on telling me this word. We need to reintroduce ourselves to Yeshua. Not Jesus, not Christ, not the Christian God, the real Jewish Yeshua who lived in Galilee, who ministered in Yerushalayim. You're from almost from the Galilee, the
Yes,
Krayot,
yes, from-
and you're from Yerushalayim. That's the two centers where Yeshua actually working, you know? So my question to you, השאלה שלי היא פשוטה, האם זה אפשרי? Can we be a Messiah-centered Torah lover? Is it possible?
Yeah.
You think so? How do we do this tikkun? What is the
Yeah.
tikkun? How do we do this tikkun? We started it today. But now I'm grieved because I hear that other communities don't have Torahs. They don't have Torah service. That means that they don't even live a Jewish life. There is no Jewish life. The Jewish life is around Torah.
Let me say something. I can say that what we can see today is mostly in the land we try to share the good news of Yeshua through the prophets. But the problem is we are not using as a Jewish the stuff or the materials that we need, like a Torah in our congregations.
Yeah.
We talk about the prophets to bring people to Yeshua, but we don't living or using the congregations like that. So
you're saying it's more an outward expression. Let me tell you about this, but it's not something we live inside.
Right.
It's not become part of our story.
That's the question. When people
this is a good
they say
point.
different things.
Example, I can give you.
That's
My two kids made a bar mitzvah in the land. They born it in Israel. Now my first son is preparing himself to be IDF in army. So they have a question all the time. What they think sometimes I made a mistake because they are give testimony in the school. Their friends, their friends asking them question. I cannot answer. One of Torah, if we don't have, if we do that, my kids or the new generation, Ethiopian new generation, thinking we are in the right way.
Okay.
Unless if we don't have a Torah, if we do other teaching, we are losing the new generation.
Wow, we are losing the new. So you think we don't even have the tools right now to because the new generation will come and they probably wants to be Israelis.
Yeah.
They want to feel like this is not something weird and strange. Something that, hey, I can be proud of this Judaism.
Yeah.
You have little girl. You don't want her to be ashamed to be Messianic. You want her to be very proud and say, this is Judaism. This is Jewish. You know, you bring in both very important points. And now, I mean, it's in my heart. The Ethiopian community is in my heart. We have to work with the Ethiopian community. Your community is probably one of the larger ones, right?
Jerusalem,
in Yerushalayim, Ethiopian community.
Yeah.
If somebody come to you hypothetically and donate a Sefer Torah, would you do a Torah services on Shabbat? Would you open the Torah on Shabbat? Would you?
It is breakthrough. Totally, it is breakthrough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zechariah, will you open the Torah every week and read a little bit from the Torah every week?
It's already.
You know,
it's amazing.
First of all, he knows, my wife knows, those who know me, they know my opinion. I prepared myself many years ago. I studied, I learned, I meditated. Through this, I have received a revelation. If we want to show a people the right Messiah, a people must understand the Torah, what is the meaning, what is the lesson of the Torah, what is the goal of Torah. The goal of Torah to get the Messiah.
Yes.
So, if we find out these things, we will change the world, I believe. I believe the whole world must, without Torah, all of the world, all Christians, without Torah, they cannot get the rich destiny, the Messiah.
It says
this is my.
You know, it actually says in the book of Zechariah, like your name, that those who will not come to celebrate Sukkot will be cursed. You know, it says in the book of Revelation, it's talking about in Revelation chapter 7 about the Goyim also holding the lulav in their hand, you know, and waving. Why? Because the fullness of the Gentiles occurred. But look, yes, there is a fullness of the Gentiles, but here we're talking about Jewish people. And you said something that just hit me. You said, yeah, we teach and we preach and we do all of those things and we have our academies and our but we never really make it our story. We need to internalize it again. That's when you have a huge task ahead of yourself here with the people. What is, do you think, the biggest obstacle going forward with the Ethiopian community here in Israel? To make it our own story. What do you think is the biggest challenge?
As a believers or
as a messianic leader. Because
Well-
now you have to continue the work. What do you
Yes.
see so people can pray? What do you see is the biggest challenge going forward now? And by the way, I'm not talking about physical challenges. Just so everybody understand, those guys are going through persecution. They don't talk about it. By the way, if you want to support their ministries, I'm highly in favor of that. Highly, highly in favor. If you want to support them directly, contact me. I will be happy to connect you with them. But I know, because a little bit of this we got today, but probably you get a lot, not all the time, on and off.
yeah.
There is persecution.
Yes.
There is persecution. Is it usually come from within the Eda of the Ethiopians?
Mostly.
Mostly from the Eda of the Ethiopians.
Yes.
It's a cultural thing, yes?
It is,
זה משהו תרבותי, נכון?
yeah. On the other hand, also their perspective to us, they think non-believers or our Jewish Ethiopians looking us, we are a missionary. Why they are? Where this perspective they have, because we cannot show them.
So let me ask you a question, Tal. In your understanding,
Yeah.
what make a believer a missionary versus one who is a non-missionary? What makes a person a missionary? What makes somebody a missionary? The way you understand it.
Yeah.
Well, I think
You said they view you as a missionaries.
they
We say,
think
no,
that
they
we
think
are
because why
Christian.
they think this we are missionary.
Lama?
They are thinking because they think we don't know Torah, we don't understand. Just we bring the Christian religion to
You
preach,
just
Yeah.
hit the word here. You say they think we don't know Torah.
Yeah.
And we don't
They
know
think-
Torah because we didn't make the Torah our story. Again,
Yeah.
I'm coming to Zechariah's story.
Point.
So really, most of the body of Messiah today is really Christianity, missionary, with a little bit of Hebrew in it.
This is the first thing that they say, that we are Christian, we are not Jewish. So
We are Christian with the kippah or without
this
kippah.
day is, for me, it's amazing, especially because the Sefer Torah, the moment they see the Sefer Torah without saying nothing, they will change. The first thing, and then we are discussing about the Torah and the Messiah in the Torah.
Nobody harmed us today because there was a Torah.
Yeshua is in the Torah.
Nachon.
That's the
And by the way, in Yochanan chapter 5, verse 46, Yeshua said, if you believe Moshe,
yeah.
you're going to find me.
Right.
If you go, you don't have to go to Brit Chada. Look at Moses. Moses spoke about me, word for word about me. So the key, in your opinion, is for the Messianic communities to return to a Torah that is written upon their hearts, without losing the focus of Yeshua.
This
Have to
is-
remain balanced, yes?
Of course.
Very, very much.
Also, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and the same today and the same forever.
Yes?
If someone asking me how I explain to him, Moses said, Elohim, the same yesterday and the same today and the same forever.
Yes.
So the Torah endorsement
Yes?
the kingdom of Messiah. So it is easy if we do what the Torah committed us, the people of Israel accepting us as at least we become to a reformer. We bring a revivalist.
Right.
We are a Jewish family, but we even you taught in the lesson Abadnik, they accept the rabbinic. So we bring a revival, but we show them Messiah, our Messiah to the people of Israel.
So before we can show them something, that's I guess if I cannot put it step one, we want to show them. We want to call Israel before all of this happen. Maybe though we need to take a step back for one moment and say, listen, let's take a close look upon ourselves. Which Yeshua we're bringing to our Jewish people? Are we bringing the Christian Jesus Christ? Or bringing Yeshua Melech HaYehudim? Who are we really bringing here? Maybe it's something we have to do that. And that's, friends, this is an initiative we started. As you know, this has been our 13th revival with Sefer Torah. You know, there's something very special about this Torah. It's the Bar Mitzvah Torah. זה ה-13. This is מספר 13. This is number 13.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's a bar mitzvah. You didn't know that. You see? אתה לא ידעת את זה. It is a 13th one, you know. Maybe it's the time for the little boy. I call it the Messianic Jews to grow up now and to become a man. It's to become a man. What do you see is the challenge going forward, specifically with the Ethiopian community? This is the number one challenge. I guess I should ask you, the Ethiopian community in general, because they came up.
First of all,
Yeah, go ahead.
I appreciate for you how God is open your eyes to seek and to come to visiting us.
It is prophetic. It's prophetic. Do you have a Tanakh with you? I want to read together with you in the Hebrew Tanakh one verse. תביא לי שנייה Tanakh. Bring a Tanakh. Look, it says in the Navi. You know, how can anybody dispute it? Yeshayahu clearly says in the 11th chapter. He says. It's prophetic.
Yeah.
I want to be wherever God is moving. You know? It says right here. Oops. Melachim, Yeshayahu, 11. והיה ביום ההוא, יוסיף אדוני שנית ידו לקנות את שאר עמו. The remnant of our people. שאר עמו. אשר יישאר מאשור וממצרים ומפטרוס ומכוש ומעילם ומשינר ומחמת ומאיי הים. מה זה כוש? The Kush is talking about the Ethiopian people without a doubt. And it says that there's going to be more. That's mean that there are remnant now. There is more do need to return. Okay? And he says go and purchase it. Maybe we need to purchase. You know, it says in the Torah, blessed are you, O Abraham. The Malki Tzedek tell him, Baruch Abraham, purchaser of all things, purchaser of heaven and earth. They do a kiddush. He and Malki Tzedek do a kiddush. We need to purchase Ethiopian neshamot right now to know about God of Israel, Yeshua with Torah Israel.
Amen.
What is the biggest hurdle right now to do this? מה אתם רואים את האתגר הכי גדול שלנו?
קודם כל, as I said, let's say I want to be open and to
Yes.
say that even before I met you, we thought about buying Torah to our community.
Yes.
But our challenge was financial.
Financial.
Yes, it's
And I can see this.
yeah. So this is one of the challenge today,
Financial.
of course, and because God opened the doors, and we see people coming. Of course, especially now when we have a Torah, people come and visit, and they want to hear more about Yeshua.
But that means there's more burdens. There will be more financial.
More financial thing, the more workers
Yes.
in this, harvest time. So
Tell me something. In
there's something with him. We want to
Yeah.
have him a Torah.
Yeah, so now we are going to pray. I am going to be here back in December.
Yeah.
And we're going to believe. As you know, we're working directly with the Sofrim. And they have been gracious with us. They bless us with beautiful Torot. And I just felt by the Lord, because the Sofrim in Yerushalayim, you're in Yerushalayim, we need to help. We are counting on you to be able to help. If you want to make a pledge to help this, in Jerusalem, we want to do it. So please pray about this. I want to ask you something about the demographics, a demographic cultural question, just out of ignorance and also wanting to understand more. After the Ethiopian came to Israel in what's called Mifta Shlomo, Operation Shlomo,
Operation Moshe.
Yes.
Operation Solomon.
Right,
Yeah, this is true.
130 or something like that, 130,000 came, right?
One time in Operation Solomon, came one time in 1991.
How many total Ethiopian in Israel? About
150,000.
Yeah.
150,000. Okay, 150,000. My question from this, do you see a trend of the Ethiopian Jews, some returning to become observant, like traditional? They're going to orthodoxy and things like this. That's where I'm interested to know, where is the Ethiopian heading to? Where are they heading to right now?
The goal of Ethiopian Jewish to be here.
Because they came for purely, not like the Russians, they came for a Zionist faith. It was really a
They
faith.
keep going with that and understanding.
That means that there are a lot of them going toward the Orthodox.
Even the youth, the younger generation going to the
Our
Orthodox.
community has a big challenge after they came to Israel.
Yes.
They are choice two ways, or to be a religious conservative.
Yes.
We have a lot rabbinic today, or they go to Helonism.
Okay, either. So it's one extreme or the other. They all become לגמרי חילונים, completely secular, or they're going completely...
like black Americans way. That is terrible for government of Israel. It is concerning
Some
for
crime,
everyone.
crime issues.
A lot of crime, heavy crime among the Ethiopians.
Some race, of that stuff.
So I am afraid if we are not working today hard, if we cannot turn our own new generation, we lost at all. So we have to work hard.
I'm hearing that a huge burden is the new generation.
This is our burden. This is our prayers.
We started a new music congregation in us now. I prepared in under 100. Already we have a congregation in under 100. I started in Prophet Street.
Okay.
Every Shabbat,
that's quite a centralized area.
Yeah,
Nevim Street is a quite
ultra-Orthodox. Every Shabbat, when we start the congregation, they protest to close the road. Yeah.
So when we bring a Torah, probably
they kicked my car. 2 times they kicked my car. My kids they were shocked. So we decided, we left that place, and today we are industrial area, we are worshipping.
Oh, Hashem. But the point of the matter, you think there's a really huge burden to the young generation.
Young. As you heard my sister, she is young.
Yes.
And if she said that the first time that she believed, she became a believer, I think already 15 years, and she said that this is the first time that she felt as a Jewish lady, she is believing in Yeshua.
Like it's something Jewish.
Jewish and believing in Yeshua. Now she has the power to go outside, share the gospel.
And maybe she can, because it's become now part of her to say, yeah, we have a Torah. Yeah, we read the Torah, we love the Torah. So it's becoming a huge part of this. So look, but there's another burden here. If some of the people going to like Orthodox yeshivot and things like that, well, it's in one way it's good, but in another way they're not going to hear about Yeshua. There is a great risk in that. People who are living the emunah, because if they came from Israel, from Ethiopia, for a Zionist idea, for a religious idea, and they're not going to learn Judaism, I hate to say it, learn Torah, Judaism, they say, well, I'll go somewhere else. Yeah, so that is a big risk. Yeah, that is a big risk. So really the Torah, I really believe that when I talk about this today, is like a devik. It's a glue that connects us to each other and to connect us with Klal Israel. So, look, if you're watching this is not some sort of a directed show. You hear 2 guys who are real pioneers. Can I say you are pioneers in some ways, many ways? Pioneers in the body of Messiah, in Israel, among our Jewish people.
Yes, this is the first time. We can say today, 5778 in this holiday season, I can say the Messianic Ethiopian congregation truly born it. Also,
this is huge.
I would like to add one challenge.
Sure.
The Ethiopian community, I am against the replacement theology myself, my opinion. I have a good friend in Ethiopia. He tried to working hard for this. The Ethiopian community in Ethiopia, also the Ethiopia Orthodox Church, like that, their foundation is the replacement theology. This is another challenge. So,
Do you think some of it came somehow from Ethiopia into the body of Mashiach here in Israel?
in Israel, yeah, this is the main.
That's a very,
main
very
problem.
serious
This
issue
is our
too.
work
Yeah.
now.
So now you have another problem.
That's right.
Yeah,
This is
so
our work.
today we are on the right way. Also, we can change.
When you say replacement, are you saying that some Ethiopians believers here believe that some of the church replaced Israel?
Only in Israel, the founded from replacement theology in Israel, Ethiopians community, most.
Wait, those communities are in Ethiopia now, or
in Ethiopia, also here.
But here in Israel,
But now I learned step by
and the leaders of those
Let
type
me
of
give you example.
yeah, I want to, but my
let me
question,
give you
let me make sure I understand. רגע, שנייה, אני רוצה להבין. Are those Jewish believers?
No.
No, there is. I think there is lack of knowledge of something. You know, sometimes you take some knowledge from Ethiopia and bring it to Israel, but it's the wrong way to follow this. It is not ideology. Let's say you understand and you follow that, but without understanding, there is some people following kind of replacement theology, and our mission is to.
So you have to do a tikkun, not just in your community with your people. You're telling me there are other communities you have to go now.
Also in Ethiopia.
Yeah, also.
And in Ethiopia.
We went to in Ethiopia. About 89 pastors. We taught them
Amazing.
about the identification of Israel, what we want to do today in Israel.
You're being really light to the nations.
It's really
Wow, that's
amazing.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And how was the response? It's starting? Think it's starting to get
I
clear?
can say there is many of the pastors in Ethiopia repent. And
Repent.
say,
Yeah,
this is the first time that we understand about Israel. We didn't learn it and we didn't.
Amazing.
Also, by the way, today the guests were from Ethiopia.
Yeah, that was
They
amazing.
told me.
Excited.
They told me, you changed their perspective about
This is the
That's
first time they
amazing.
changed their mind.
The Lord saved us today, some Ethiopian guest pastors, leaders that came here today and heard, and this is what it is about. He's preparing the bride.
Yeah.
And the bride is also is Israel, but the nations also welcome.
Because of that, they asked you, your
A
kippah,
blessing.
bless.
That was a very, very touching moment. One of them asked, "Hey, look at my kippah." I said, "I love this Magen David." So I said, "Okay, just have it. I bless you in the name of Yeshua." So you have 3 tasks. This is the way I understood. Number 1, you have right now to win the Ethiopian community, the Ethiopian here in Zion, which is a big task because they come. Do you also feel? I want to ask you actually one more question. Is the Eda Ethiopia dealing, from what you understand, in general? I'm not just in the Messianic, with identity issue, like feeling that they're lesser Jews? Because I tell you what, the truth, the Israeli, I'm sorry to ask you this, but this is a very something. The Israeli society in general is quite racist.
Yeah.
There is a lot of racism.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, 1990, I was like 14 years old. I started seeing Ethiopian kids, and people were calling them some pretty bad names.
Yeah.
Is racism something that you have to, in general, to deal with? Or is it now, 20 years later, is it better?
No, let me tell you, we suffer. We don't want to bring this the nation, but we suffer by racism. I can give you some example. My uncle, he is a nurse in hospital. So he wanted to give the patients a medicine. She said, "Stop! Don't give! All in hospital, come! Look! This black man. What she ignored? The doctor came, is against them.
Oh my
He
gosh.
went to One nag driver, the first Ethiopian driver I remember,
Wow.
when she started to work a bus, the people, they don't want to get inside. My kids, also my our children in school today, they are suffering. You came from a source of
Racism is
this
one of the
racism.
challenge now.
Wow.
That's why
we
you
done,
can
we,
find many of young generation of us, the Ethiopian, they are going to alcohol, or they don't have any
disappointed.
future. They are so disappointed. And race is one of our biggest. You don't want to share it because we don't want to show the people that it's not our mission to show that our.
But I'd like to. A lot we suffer in racism. Some of Israelis just try to.
But you're Ethiopian. Yeah. You're Messianic. You're Messianic. That is a lot. You know what I mean? That is a lot to take upon yourself. But yet, you're still thriving. You're still growing. You're still succeeding. And now you have a Torah. And I want to ask this again. If it's a too sensitive question, you don't have to answer. In the body of Messiah, how do they view the Ethiopian communities? Do you sense that they are very much accepted? Or is it still kind of like, okay, Ethiopian?
No, I don't think so.
We bring for the Messiah, he is our king. Without him, we don't have a peace. We have a lot of a good testimony.
Good. It's good
we
to
bring
hear.
A good message, healing, peace. This is because of that.
This is good to hear. But listen, I put you have a lot of things here. There are people don't know it, but just to teach some of our viewership, the crime rate in the Ethiopian communities in a whole is very, very, it's astronomically high, The government tried to do some things, but you deal with a lot of things that also, they're not just typical of new immigrants. There are things that really affect the type of work you're doing here, You're not working in the nicest parts of town or anything like that, it's tough. At the same time, you also deal with the fact that you're Messianic, So those are a lot of things for all of you to take, and I appreciate you so much that you allow us as an organization. You ask why we help, why we have the vision. Listen, I just read the Bible. I just read the Bible and I believe what it said. And if it says that all the Jewish people will return and we need to build them and bring them, I'm just going to do it. And I'm just going to support my Jewish people. Wherever they are. I don't care, the black, yellow or red. I don't care. I don't care how do you say your Aleph and your Ayin. You're Jewish, okay? And we need to love. The message of Yeshua is the message of Ahavat Israel. So we have started here a talich, a process that is going to take some time. But we are going to do a big tikkun. Do you have another challenge I have? That there's even some replacement theologians in the Ethiopian here in Israel, not just in the nation, even in Israel. So you have a lot of avodah. And Rabban Gamliel says, wherever there is no kemach, there is no Torah. So that's the reality. Look, we are going to support them the best if we can, but if you always people contact me asking, who should I support? Here you go. You have two brothers who have an awesome ministries. They're doing great work. I really, really love them. And God willing, in December, we will have a big revival in Yerushalayim, Be'ezrat Hashem. I say it now on tape, so I'm obligated. I have two witnesses. I don't know how we're going to get it and how we're going to do it, but we will do it with Hashem help and your generosity. Chaverim, you have been such a joy to me. I come to minister, but you minister to me. אני בא ללמד, אבל אני לומד למעשה ממכם. אז אני באמת רוצה להודות לכם. I want to give each one of you 1 minute to say what is in your heart to the body of Messiah in Israel and also in the world that watch this. If it's about the event today, if it's about anything that the Lord put in place upon your heart, I would love to give you a chance to speak about this. So Ezra, we'll start with you.
Okay. So first of all,
Because you're like the Khatan today. This is
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to you, for Rabbi Yitzchak, because it's not something we can say. You do a lot of things, and God gives you this vision, and it's a blessing for us today. And also, I want to say thank you for those who support to buy this Torah.
yes.
It's a big privilege, and
You know, I tell you a story. I hate to put people on the spot, but I have one Talmida, and I'm not going to mention her name because she wanted to remain anonymous. You were missing the exact funding, and she gave the exact funding that we were missing to do this. And the day we got it, the scribe actually donated. He donated. He donated the hand also at the same day. It was like a miraculous thing. So it is not just miraculous thing. It's people who have the emunah, and they support you. And it's funny, this particular student, she is from Africa, so she has some big heart to help you, and that's
so I just want to add, and I want to say a few words in Amharic. Even if some people who
please, በበከሻ
አንደኛ ያው ዛሬ ስለተደረገው ስራ እግዚአብሔርን እጅግ አድርጌ አመሰግናለሁ። ሰፈር ቶራ ወደኛ ኮንግሪጌሽን ገብቷል። እዚህም እስራኤል ሀገር ሆነ በየትኛውም በውጭ ዓለም የምትሰሙ አጋጣሚ እንኳን ካገኛችሁ እግዚአብሔር ትልቅ ነገር ያደርጋል። እንደዚህ እግዚአብሔር የሚሰራውን እውነተኛውን መንገድ ለመሄድ የእግዚአብሔርን ቃል እየመረመርን እንሄዳለን። ስለዚህ በዚህ በመታገኙትም እኛንም ኮንታክት ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ። እግዚአብሔር ደግሞ ትልቅ ስራ ይሰራል። So I want to say thank you for all of you. It's just the beginning of the big revival in our land. Not just the Ethiopian community, but we believe that God called us for our nation, for our land to Israel. And through your prayers and support, we can make a lot of things. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Amen. יישר כוח חזק וברוך.
תודה רבה.
טל, יש לך מילה לתת לנו גם? A word from you as well.
Before I want.
And by the way, I want to say I really love that you are such a close brothers, and in working such a love with each other. It's so good to see.
Yeah, we are really. For many years,
It's a breath of fresh air to me to see in the land of Israel this beautiful thing.
I think the Rambam said, if anyone to reach out Israeli nation must be to know our culture, our language. Our language, this he says, it is a light for. So today, this is helping us to reach out this nation. Torah it is our communication language. It is helping us to reach out our people. I believe today it is increase in our lives, in bringing us breakthrough for Ethiopian community in the land. I know many Ethiopian leaders asking the Torah from you. I pray, Lord, bring movement. So in this opportunity, I would like to so much thank you. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, bless you really. Those who watch us, we ask a prayer and thank you.
Thank you. אתה רוצה לתת גם איזה ברכה באמהרית?
ይህንን አስደናቂ ነገር ዛሬ ለሚመለከቱ ሁሉ እኛ በዚህ ሀገር ያለን የመሲሁ የክርስቶስ ተከታዮች በኢትዮጵያኖች ያለን እዚህ ሁላችን ብዙ ጉባኤዎችም ይህንን ዛሬ ወንድማችን ዘካርያስ ጉባኤ ውስጥ የገባውን ቶራ ፈልገው ለምነዋል። ዋናው ዓላማችን ሁላችንም በአንድ መንፈስ ሆነን እስራኤል ህዝብና የተጣመሙ ትምህርቶችን ለመቀየር ለክርስቶስ መንገድ ለማበጀት የበለጠ አብረን እንድንሰራ እንዲያያይዘን ነው። ጸልዩልን። በእውነት በጥሩ ህልውናና በጥሩ መንፈስ ለእስራኤል ህዝብ መዳን እንጸልይ። እግዚአብሔር ይባርካችሁ ይጠብቃችሁ። እግዚአብሔር ፊቱን ያብራላችሁ ይራራላችሁ። እግዚአብሔር ፊቱ ወደ እናንተ ያንሳ ሰላምን ይስጣችሁ። ይባርክህ አዶናይ በሽሜሪሃ ያይራ አዶናይ ፓናቤልሃ ይወንያ ኢሳ አዶናይ ፓናቤልሃ ያሲም ላሻሎም በሸመሽዋ መሻ አሜን
አሜን። חברים, this is a prophetic because this Torah was brought in Sukkot. God willing, the next one that we will bring will be for Hanukkah,
wow.
season of the miracle.
Wow.
זמן שמחתנו,
Wow.
זה זמן ניסים.
Yes.
If you're moved by this, guys, this is not some fairy tale. It takes work, it takes avodah, it takes prayer, and it takes Ruach HaKodesh. If God moving you, consider also supporting us at Ahavat Ammi Ministries so that we continue to give. We want to give. A trip like this, to come to Israel and bring the Torah, cost me, the ministry, somewhere between $7,000 to $10,000 to do this. It's a lot of money. But can anybody put a price on a Jewish soul? Can anybody put a price on our people? No. Because the soul of a Jew is priceless. So if you are blessed by this, support us. If you don't want to support us, support them. If you're in Israel, come and thank them personally for the servant. Pray for them. The Ethiopian community is a wonderful community with a huge potential for revival and restoration. And we just began, רק התחלנו. אז אני רוצה לאחל לך, זכריה, חג שמח ומזל טוב. טל, אני מאחל לך חג שמח וגם מזל טוב, כי זה אנחנו במשפחה גדולה, ובעזרת השם בקרוב בירושלים. And all our viewers, we wishing you חג שמח. We מועדים לשמחה, and as you dwell in the sukkah, you remember those precious brothers and consider being part of what's happening here in ציון. תודה לכם, ואנחנו מאחלים לכם שבת מבורכת. כל טוב. תודה ולהתראות.